In a moment's decision born of courage and necessity, you find the resolve to take the sword. You yank hard on the hilt, anticipating its release from the ancient coat of arms, and something unexpected occurs. Instead of freeing itself, the sword remains steadfast within the ornate emblem. Pulled with unexpected force, the coat of arms, heavy with the weight of centuries, detaches from the worn stone wall, crashing in a cacophony of noise to the worn flagstone floor and pulling you off balance. You scramble, quickly regaining your footing on the cold, unforgiving floor. You cast your gaze towards the long wooden table, your heart pounding like the beat of a war drum. And in that moment, all 6 mummies, a grotesque parody of nobility, rise in unison. The one closest to you, perched at the head of the table, stumbles in its chair and crashes to the floor, its frail tissues and viscera splitting upon impact into a horrifying spectacle of decay. The remaining 4, seated along the length of the table, surge towards you with a malevolent intent. In an act of self-preservation and quick thinking, you clutch the sword handle, still firmly fastened to the coat of arms, and heave the massive emblem at the encroaching horrors. The head of the first mummy is knocked clean off, the rest of its body crumbling to dust. The shield and 2 swords fly in a deadly arc towards 2 more, adding to the chaos. Caught in the eye of the storm, the last of these 4 mummies lunges at you. As it draws near, you pull the dagger from your belt and thrust it upwards into its skull with such force that it fumbles back and disintegrates to dust. A sudden movement catches your attention and you turn just in time to see the final mummy charging down the long table like a feral beast. It lunges, knocking you both to the floor in a tangle of limbs. In a desperate struggle for survival, you grasp its neck, trying to keep its gnashing teeth from your throat. With a mighty effort you roll to the side, finding yourself in a more favorable position. Caught in a haze of fear and adrenaline, you reach for a fallen goblet and with a surge of strength, drive it into the skull of the last assailant. The skull gives way, crumbling to dust, and the body ceases its movements. Exhausted, victorious, you collapse to the side and allow yourself a moment's rest in the silent hall, the echoes of battle fading into the stone walls. As you look back at the last mummy, you notice a strange necklace around its neck. You go to touch it, but a voice from behind stops you. "Stop! It's cursed!" You turn around and see a young girl, no more than 10, standing in the doorway. This must have been what you had heard making noises in the room a few doors down. The little girl walks forward and grabs the necklace with a cloth and wraps it around tightly. "Who are you?" you ask the young girl. She looks at you with an innocent smile. "I'm Sister Emma. I'm a witch," she says with a smile. "Who are you?" she asks in turn. "I'm not sure," you say. Emma looks puzzled. "You mean you don't know who you are? Well, where do you come from?" she says inquisitively. "I don't know," you say after a few moments' pause. Emma looks into your eyes for a moment and speaks. It's clear someone has meddled with your memory. Confused by this, you think to show Emma the key. She seems to have an inkling of your condition. Maybe she knows what the key does. What will you do? Show her the key or keep it concealed?